Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Keith once again with Craps TX. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you don't mind, as always, before we get started, hit that thumbs up for us, subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when another video comes out. So, we're going to continue on in this black chip hunting type series. And this will be the last one for a bit, at least, unless you have some other suggestions. But the last two, I've stuck with the inside numbers. I played 66 inside and then 88 inside. This time, what I'm going to try to do is also incorporate the 4 and 10. So work our way up to 96 across, or start out at 96 across. I don't know. We'll just kind of play it out and see how it goes. So I would suggest, 800, 900, 1,000 as far as your buy-in goes. I'm just going to run 5 shooters, so I'm going to run it at $100 per shooter, or 96 for the level. It's very similar to the other two where we're trying to get to that black chip level again. So I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of details. You can go back and watch the other two prior to this one. So let's just go ahead and roll it out and see how we do. Well, first of all, don't lose the dice. Well, they keep just popping out of my hand. All right, so nothing doing there. Let's just take that hard 4. All right, we're not going to be the shooter in this instance for any of this. We're just going to wait for a point to be set, and then we'll play our strategy. All right, dice are out. There is boxcars, 12 midnight. Nothing to help us just yet. Looking for a point. There is a 5, 4, 9. 9 will be our point. We'll throw out 100. Now what we can do is go 96 across from the very beginning, or we can do 66 inside or 88 inside, and then on the first hit progress to the 4 and 10, meaning to add the 4 and 10. So what I believe I'm going to do is go ahead and start with 66 inside. So there's my 100. Dealer, please place me 66 inside. He'll give you 34 and change. And get you set up. So still kind of starting off a little conservative. If you want to consider 66 inside conservative. But I guess if you have $1,000, it is semi-conservative because you're not playing 10% of your bankroll. Sorry, just having a bit of a lapse. It is still early. I just recently woke up and have not had coffee yet. All right, so our point is 9. We have our 66 set up inside. What we're looking for is 1 hit, and then we're going to have to add money to get the 4 and 10 covered, or we just cover one number at a time. Again, we'll kind of see how it goes. Nice round. All right, 5, 3, 8. All right, that 18 is going to pay 21. Now, let's just go ahead the more aggressive route, I guess. We could add in $9 and say, dealer, please place my 4 and 10. So there's our 9. That makes 30 total. So 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and that would be 3. So we're just going to swap those out for a red. All right, so we're now at 96 across. But what did we pay for it? 66 and 9. We paid, what, $75 for 96 across after that win. All right, that's going to pay off right away. There's a 6, 4, 10. That 15 is going to pay 27. Now, if we want to stick with that black chip level hunting, we can just continue to press kind of aggressively. Not necessarily adding in a lot of money, but let's just see how it goes. What I'll do here, since that 18 or 15 pays 27, I'm just going to press that up by 25. I'll collect 2, so I now have 40 at a buy on the 10. All right, nice round. And we didn't even have to, oh, look at there. There's a 10 right back. I was going to say, we didn't even have to press that 10. We could have pressed any other number. I'm just trying to keep it as where I'm pressing the number that hits. We're just kind of following the dice. All right, so that 40 is going to pay 80 minus a $2 vig. There is our $2 basically $1 per 20 that you have out there. So we have 40 out there. There's $2 vig. That is going to pay 80, like I said. And from here, if we want to get to the black chip level, we can either press this up to 50 or 60. Again, 50, you know, you'd have to pay a vig if you hit it again. 100, let's see, with 50 out there, do you have to pay $2 or $3? Or we can press it to 60 and you'd pay a $3 vig and you would make 120 whenever that goes. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's just take it to 60. So we're at 40. There's 50 and 60, and that way we'll collect 60. So we are getting some of our money back already. So we've paid out a couple of times or put money towards it a couple of times. Now we're trying to get some of that back. And 10 is the popular number, folks. Put all of your money on the 10. All right, 60 is going to pay 120 minus a $3 vig. So it's $1 per 20. So we have 3 20s out there. I'm going to have to get change. There's 5. So I'm going to have to pay $3 vig. I'm going to get $2 in change. And that now pays 120. And then what we do on the first black chip hit, we collect it. So we're going to keep that, all of it, all of that 120. So we've got a pretty good amount of our money back there. We should be out of the hand by now, obviously. All right, 415. Hey, we hit something other than a 10, but we hit half of a 10, right? That 15 is going to pay 21. And we will stick with the more aggressive strategy here. So what are we going to do? 21. Yeah, well, we won't go. Let's see, 21. Let's just do it this way. All right. And we'll go ahead and just put all of that on there. So we're going to take 5 of that. It's 25. We'll take that to 35, and then we'll collect $1. So we're now at 35 on the 5. Nice, we're out. There is a 538. All right, so we're starting to hit some of the other numbers. 18 is going to pay 21. We are going to throw in $3. Dealer take me to 42. That will go like that. And we are now at 42. 18 and 21 plus the 3 is 24. 24 and 18 is 42. Nice out. Hard 6. All right, 18 is going to pay 21 again, and we're going to throw in $3. I don't have 3, so there's a nickel. I'll get 2 change. Take my 6 to 42. So there is the 6 to 42. Same math, different number. Nice out. 314. So we're going to try to get every number hit thus far. If you include the hitting the point on the 9, we have hit every number. 15 is going to pay 27. Well, it will if I can get the green chip out of there. So it's 27. Dealer take my 4 to 40. I'm going to buy it at 40 and collect 2. All right, nice out. And a hard 10. That's a good hit. Okay, 60 is going to pay 120 minus the $3 vig. There's our $3 vig, and we're going to pay 120. Now, we did collect last time, so this time we can press. And I'm going to go ahead and press all the way up to 100. That way we are going to collect, whoops, well, I say collect. If I can get these spread out, 50, 75, 80. $80 over off into our rack, which I do like to keep separate per shooter, and then condense these down. Alright, and then we got 4 green. We'll condense down for a black chip. We're now at 251 over there. Doing pretty good, and we are still staying fairly aggressive out here. There is $3. Where did that $3 come from? That was my vig, right? Right. There we go. Nice round. All right, spot and a dot, aces, does not help us in this strategy. Holding on to the dice would help. Dice out. 426. All right, 42 is going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. Dealer take my 6 to 90. We'll collect $1 off of there, and we are now at 90. 3 red, 3 green. And that puts us at the black chip level because the next hit would be 105. 325. Okay. 35 is going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. And dealer, please take my 5 to 75. That puts us at the black chip level there because that pays 105 should it hit again. And we'll take 10 off and collect that. Put that in our rack. Nice out. 314. Okay. 40 is going to pay 80 minus the $2 vig. I don't have $2 there, so I'll get change. There's 5. And I'll get 3 change. And then that will pay 80. Dealer, please take my 10 to 60. All right, so we'll just do that. 2 green, 2 red. And you can honestly press that to whatever you feel you want to do. You can press it to 50 to 60. You can go all the way up to 100 right then and there if you want, depending on how aggressive you want to be. But I like to collect a little bit as well because we are paying some out in the beginning. And there's our 4, 3, 7 out. So that is going to do it for that shooter, but we did fairly well. We'll go ahead and take all this down. But yeah, so we got kind of a good roll there from shooter number 1. We'll see how the other 4 do if we can get to all 4. If we have a few good shooters, which would be a nice problem to have, then we might have to run the video a little short. But what did we get there? 3, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 319. Not bad for an initial $100 investment plus a few buys, I guess you could say. But yeah, that was shooter number 1. I'm just going to keep these all like that. We'll, let's see. We'll use some white chips over here to keep track of our shooters. That was shooter number 1. All right, so that way we know. Now we're on to shooter number 2. Let's go ahead and move that over. There's the second chip. We're on shooter number 2. All right, puck is off. New set of dice. And I'll try to speed it up here because I know I'm being a little slow this morning. Well, morning where I am right now. Dice are out. Looking for a point. There is a 314. All right, we're going to take 4 as the point. We're going to stick with that 66 inside. You throw 100 on there. We could have thrown 66 maybe. I don't know. Dealer, please place me 66 inside. You'll get 34 and change. And we'll get set up inside. Here, I'm actually going to condense that down. There's 5 white. 4 red. All right, 66 inside. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. It's not 3. All right, 3 more and 3 more. Okay, so our object is to get the 4 and 10 covered as well. And again, you can kind of do that a few different ways. Let's see. 6, hard 6. That is going to pay, 18 is going to pay 21. Like I said, you can do it a few different ways. You can just cover the 1 number, and that way you're not putting money in from your rack. You would actually collect a little bit, or you can go ahead and cover the 4 and 10 right away. Like I said, that pays 21 on that. So we'd have to throw in $9, or there's 10 for 1. And then we'll just go dealer place 15 on the 4 and the 10. All right, so that way we're immediately at 96. Nice out. 6 to 8. Okay, now we can start doing our press strategy on the rest of the numbers. 18 pays 21. We're going to throw in $3. Dealer, take me to 42. And you are now at 42 on the 8. Nice out. Boxcars, 12 midnight. All of the spots. No help. There is a hard 10. All right. 15 is going to pay 27. All right. We're going to go ahead and collect the 2 off of that. Dealer, take my 10 to 40. Let's buy it. We're going to buy it. We're just going to pay the vig on the wins. We're not going to pay them up front to depending on where you play, you may have to pay up front. There's a hard 6. Man, we're hitting all the hard ways. Might not play those, huh? 6. All right, that is going to pay 21, or we're throwing $3. Dealer, take me to 42. So 21 and 24, 24 and 18 is 42. We're now at 42. All right. Dice out. 5, 3, 8. That 8 has 42 on it. Let's go. That is 49 or 50 for 1. Dealer, take my 8 to 90. So we'll take $1 off of there. And that leaves us with 3 red and 3 green. That's $90. I'm just kind of backtracking. For some reason, I thought I hit the 6 in the beginning as well. So I would have had two hits on the 6. I'll have to look at it in editing because I don't know if I hit that 8 or not. I may have accidentally paid myself on the 8 rather than the 6. But you can press whatever number you want. You don't have to press the number that you hit. So it wouldn't necessarily be a mistake. All right, there is another 6 right back to back, the easy 6 variety. 42 is going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. That wasn't back to back, was it? All right, so 50 for 1. We'll take $1 off of there and take $1 off of there. And we are now at 90 on the 6. So we have 2 on the verge of the black chip level. Nice out. 6, 3, 9. We're going to get the 9 involved. 15 pays 21. And we will take that to 35. So we'll take the 20 out of that. Plus 1 more. That's 25. And bump that up to a green. That's 35. And then we'll collect that $1. Dice out. There is a 3, 2, 5. So we're just going to keep spreading it all around. Again, 15 pays 21. We'll collect the $1 off of that. And we'll take the rest of that to 35. So that means we'll take 5 of those and turn it into a green. And you can see we haven't really collected a whole lot on this shooter thus far. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself. There is a 6-5 yo 11. Horn number, doesn't help us. Nice out. Another 6-5. See a horn, bet a horn. And a 6, 4, 10. There we go. All right. 40 is going to pay 80 or for a $2 VIG. So there's our $2 VIG. We'll go ahead and pay 80. Dealer, take my 4 to 60. All right. So that way we'll collect a little bit off of that. We're now buying at 60, and then we're taking 60 and putting it in our rack. Little by little. Takes a little while. You got to hope for a few long shooters. 5. That is 35 on a 5. That's going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. Dealer, take my 5 to 75. We'll take 10 off, put it in our rack, and we'll have 3 green chips on the 5. So we're now at the black chip level there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 numbers waiting. And there's one of them. 5, 3, 8. 90 is going to pay 105. What do? We collect that first black chip hit. So we are going to hold that over there. There's 5 red. We're going to condense that down for green and keep on rolling. All right, 5, 4, 9. Let's see, we're at 35 on that. That pays 49 or 50 for 1. Dealer, take my 9 to 75. Put 10 over back in our rack and keep on going. Dice out. 6 to 8. There is another hit. I think that's our second hit on the 8. That 90 is going to pay 105. So from here, you can keep collecting if you'd like and just stay at that black chip level, collect, or you can press at whatever level. Press to 120, press to 150, go to 180. 180 is what I like to do just because it takes me to 2 black chips on the next hit if we are so lucky. So dealer, take me to 180. That'll be that. 3 green and a red. And then we'll collect $15. Not the best trade-off, 15, and you're putting 180 out there, but it takes money to make money, right? And we have boxcars, 12 midnight. And hard 10. There we go. All right, so 60 is going to pay 120 for $3, the $3 VIG. There's 5, I'll get 2 change, so there's my VIG paid, and now I'm going to get paid 120. So again, that's the first black chip hit on that number, so we're going to collect. And we'll start condensing these down. There is 4 green, 4 black. And we'll continue to roll. Nice out. 546, I'm sorry, 516. 90 is going to pay 105. I believe that's the first hit on that one. We're going to collect it. We're getting a good stack of black chips over there. Turning out to be a profitable session. Maybe I should play early in the morning more often. All right, well, just as soon as I say that, there is the 527. All right, so we're done for shooter number 2. We are leaving a pretty good chunk of change out there, but leaving a good chunk of change on the floor now. Eventually, I will get this wall extended. All right, so let's take all that down, and then we'll kind of just get an eyeball. What do we got? 422 or so, and that was shooter number 2. Move on to shooter number 3. We're marking it with our chips. We are on shooter number 3, and let me get my chips that I dropped down here. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves, and I'll try not to strain my back bending down to the floor. All right, so there's the ones I knocked off. All right, puck is off. Let's go ahead and get us a new set of dice just for the heck of it, and we are on shooter number 3, and let's just see for that 5, 3, 8. Dice are out. 527, frontline winner, does not help us because we're not playing the pass, nor the don't pass. 639, 9 will be our point, and you know the drill by now. We're going to throw out 66. Let's just do it this way. There's 2 green, 3 red, and a white. 66. Dealer, please set me up 66 inside. There's that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Caps on the 6 and 8, and there we go. Dice out. Looking for a hit on that inside. There we go. 516. 18 is going to pay 21. We are going to cover that 4 and 10. So we're going to throw in $9. There's 10. Get a dollar change. Dealer, take my 4 and 10 to 15 each. So there we go. We're at 96 across now. 65 yo 11. Yo. Horn number. Doesn't help us. 516. All right, right back on that 6. 18 is going to pay 21. We are going to throw in $3. There's 5. I don't have change, but now I do. So I'm getting $2 back. Dealer, take my 6 to 42. And we are now at 42. Dice out. 549. All right, that's going to be point hit. 20 or 15 is going to pay 21. 20 and 1. We're going to collect the $1. We're going to take the 20 and add it to the 9, so that makes that 35. And there we go. Now we're looking for a new point. Bets are off. You can work them if you want. I choose to leave them off. 325. 5 will be our new point, and we are still continuing on with shooter number 3. 65 yo 11. 415. 5 is point. All right, so that is hit. 15 is going to pay 21. I think we kind of know the drill there. Collect that $1. Take 4 of those with one that's on there already and make that 35. All right, coming out looking for a point. 314. 4 will be our new point. Just going to kind of rapid fire here. 628. All right, that's our first hit on the 8. 18 is going to pay 21. We're going to throw in $3 and ask the dealer to take us to 42. All right. 21 plus 3 is 24 plus 18 is 42. I know I kind of do that fast, but backtrack and slow it down and let you know what the math is. There's a 527. All right, so there's our first shooter that was not very successful for us, and that's fine. That's why you hope to have the bankroll to be able to ride out some of those quick shooters. And we'll turn that puck off. We'll get a new set of dice and we'll continue on. We're going to go to shooter number 4. I don't know if you can see that over there, but there's 4 white chips. All right. All right, we're going to get a point set. Dice out. There is a 6, 2, 8. 8 is our point. We'll throw out 100 in the middle. Dealer, please place me 66 inside. Get 34 change. Take one of these and condense that down. There's 5 for 5. And let's set up our 66. Alright, there's 66. Alright, so we are off and running with shooter number 4. Dice out. There's a 12, midnight. And a 4, 2, 6. Alright, easy 6. 2 by 4. 18 is going to pay 21. And again, if we want to immediately get that 4 and 10 covered, we're going to throw in $9, or there's 10 for 1. Dealer, please place my 4 and 10 for 15 each. So we're in 9 plus 66 now. We're in $75. Nice out, but we have 96 in coverage. 639. 15 is going to pay 21. If I can get it grabbed there. All right, we'll collect $1. We're going to take the 20 and place it with that 15 and get 35 on there. All right, green and 2 red. Nice out. 2 by 4, 6. 18 is going to pay 21. We're going to throw in $3. That's 24. Dealer, please take me to 42. 24 and 18 is 42. A green, 3 red, and 2 white. That is 42. Dice out. 3, 1, 4. All right. Let's see. 15 pays 27. We will collect the 2. Dealer, let's buy my 4 for 40. All right. So we have 40 on the 4. 516. All right, another hit on the 6. 42 is going to pay 49 or 50 for 1. And we'll take those off and take our 6 to 90. It's 3 red, 3 green. We're now at the verge of the black chip on the number 6. There is a 6, 4, 10. 15 is going to pay 27. Dealer, take my 10 to 40. It'll move along here. Don't want to run out too long. We got a bunch of stack of white chips over there. Got a whole $6 in our rack from this shooter so far. 415. One of the 5 and 8 are the only numbers that haven't been hit yet. Okay, 5. There's 15 is going to pay 21. Can't hit the numbers that have got money on them, right? Take the $1 off, and then we'll make that 35, please. We're now at 35 on the 5. Nice out. 314. There's a good hit for us. 40 is going to pay 80 for a $2 vig. There's 2, and then we'll pay ourselves 80. Dealer, take my 4 to 60. So that is 2 green, 2 red. And then we'll collect a little bit. Now we got a little bit off to the side. What we got over there? $65. So almost our original 66. And there we go. There's a good hit right back to back. 4 on the 10. I'm sorry. 4 on the 10. 60 on the 4. Okay, that is going to pay 120 minus the $3 vig. So we got to put $3 in. We get $2 change. And we get 120. So that is a black chip hit for this shooter. First black chip hit we collect. So there we go. And we'll condense that down to a green, and we'll keep rolling. Let's get going. There is a 213 ace deuce. 4, 3, 7 out. All right, so I do believe we recouped some money on that shooter, and we'll move along to shooter number 5. Just not to drag this video out too long. I like to kind of keep them tight, succinct. Hopefully you get the point of what we're doing. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can put them down in the comments below. Why'd you do this? Why didn't you do this? And I'll try to answer them. Let's just put this in, and then we'll count it when the dealing's done. All right, so we're on to shooter number 5. That's our last one for this video. We'll go ahead and just set those aside. Let's see if shooter number 5 can do anything for us. We'll keep that 5-3-8 there. We're looking for a point coming out. 4-2-6 or 2x4-6 if you want to look at it that way. Play in the lumber. And we'll put 66 out. There is, let's just put 76 out. How about that? Dealer placed me 66 inside. He'll give you $10 change and get you set up. And that, as we all know, is 15 on each and then 18 on the 6 and 8. I know you hear that over and over, but sometimes repetition gets the point across, and there also may be a new set of eyes that has not seen one of my videos yet, so, or somebody that hasn't played craps yet. So I'm just trying to explain as we go every time. Makes it a little easier. 3-2-5. 5 will be our first hit. That is going to pay 21, and we're going to try to go ahead and get that 4 and 10 covered. So we're going to throw in $9. Don't have 9, so we'll throw in 10 and get a dollar change. Dealer placed my 4 and 10 for 15 each. There's 15. There's 15. We're now at 96 across for the investment of $75. And there's a 6-1-7 out. All right, so that is going to make the video nice and short, I think. I'm not even sure where we're at. I didn't bring my stopwatch up here today, so I will just hope that we're in the 25-minute range or so. All right, so that is it. Let's go ahead and count and see where we're at. It looks like we did fairly well. We've had a $500 buy-in, and we don't have to do any condensing down. That's good. All right, so let's go ahead and just count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's our 500 buy-in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've doubled our money, folks. There's 1,000, 25, 30, 35, 36, 37. 1,037 and 5 shooters. 2 of the shooters, I believe, is what really kind of padded our bankroll there. So not a bad run at all. After those 5 shooters, you just, I mean, if this is a live session that you're actually playing, you could just go ahead and walk away right now. I mean, you've doubled your money, at least for that session, you know. I mean, obviously, if you're there, you want to play a little bit longer, yeah, and you have a good chance of building up your bankroll, maybe get a little more aggressive, by all means do that. But at the same time, you got to protect your profits. You've doubled your money, and that's a good day, any day in my book, regardless if you played for an hour or 5 hours. All right, so if you have any comments or questions, please put them down below. Let me know what you think. Kind of this black chip series, I guess you could say. We did the 66 inside, 88 inside, and then this version we did 66 inside, and first hit we pressed out and covered the 4 and 10 to get 96 across. So, yeah. If you have any suggestions on that, any other strategies you'd like to see me roll out, please let me know in the comments down below, or send us an email right here, crapstx@gmail.com. I'll be sure and answer it for you. There has been a couple of different strategies suggested, and one of the people that have suggested it, him and I have been kind of talking back and forth, and we've ran different scenarios on it, and not sure if we're going to run that one. We're going to tweak it a little bit more, and then maybe we'll roll it out on a future video. So for now, that's going to do it. Check out down the description down below. There's some links. There's Amazon links. I am an Amazon affiliate. I get a small commission. Just click on one of the links and go buy stuff on Amazon like you normally would. You won't get charged anything extra, and that'll be my disclaimer for now. Thank you so much. CrapsTX. My name is Keith. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that thumbs up before you leave. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll know when the next video comes out. That's going to do it for this video. We'll see you on the next one.